and do the dab for you guys. How y'all doing? Let me put on the comments over here. And yeah, man, I was hey George. Yeah, I was bottling up and listening to some music, and I had to give a huge shout out. I got so much stuff today. I don't even know where to start. Spanky and his mom. Let's go 6 hours. I don't think it's 6 hours in me tonight. But hey, Robert, good to see you. I have to let you guys know, man. I'm honored to have you guys as friends on this channel. I got a package that I don't even know how to explain. Well, I'll go through the stuff. I got a bunch of candy that I already started eating on and gave some to my wife, but I got so many different things. Let's see where to start. So, Spanky and his mom sent me a Christmas package, and I got another 3D printed hive, and it's got the Swarm Rustler logo on it. Got a 3D printed bird. I got it's a toaster with wings, but it holds. I don't have a big SD card in here right now. They're in my game cam, but it holds SD cards. So it's like you set it on your desk and you can put your SD cards in there to hold them. I got a hive stand up here, the green one, for the hives that Spanky gave me before. I got a 3D printed, it looks like a 5-frame nuke pollen trap, but I haven't talked to Spanky since he sent it. So this is something that if Spanky could produce these, I would put these on my website and do like a drop ship for these pollen or entrance reducers. I have to get with him. I know it's a pollen trap because it's got a little slide out tray on the bottom. It's got a slide out tray to catch them. And this one, it's the coolest thing ever. And I haven't spoke with him on the phone, but I know it's a 3D printed pollen trap. If this kind of thing is something you guys would be interested in, please hit him up at Filament Corner. Hey, Lee. I was bored. I didn't know what you had going on, but I was just showing everybody this 3D printed pollen trap that Spanky made and sent to me. And I don't want to break it, so I'm going to kind of be gentle with it. And then I haven't messed with it too much because I didn't want to break it. But this also looks like it's got a groove where you can open it up and close it down like an entrance reducer. So it was super cool. I'll get with him and find out more about him. Maybe he'll pop in and tell us about it. But there she is. And I thought this was super cool. And more than anything, guys, all of the stuff that was sent to me was out of the goodness of their heart. I got a Varroa, and then I got a bigger Varroa. I got, let me see. I'm assuming, and I got to get with Spanky, these are laserable business cards. That looks like a sample right there that someone did, but it's very nice. And got a stack of those. a bunch of different cards, and I got a special. Hey, and not to mention, guys, everything was wrapped individually. I know it's crazy. First thing I did was start eating candy. I mean, it was awesome. I still got some. I would go into diabetic coma if I ate it all at one time. I got a special bar of soap, and I'll let her explain that in the chat. And I'm telling you guys, if you guys, I like supporting small businesses and other beekeepers. And if Spanky wants to sell any of these 3D printed, if we could figure, if he can explain to me how to hook it on and everything, we will get that. He sent me, this is cool. We talked about this on the phone. This is how Spanky's mind works. He's kind of like me. I think he gets an idea, and then he's got to think about it and think about it and think about it till he comes up with a solution. So I'll be honest with you. I don't know how to put it together, but I will show you this. Sorry, I don't have enough desk space back here. This, Lee knows what this is. This, my friends, is a bottle labeler. And you put your roll of labels here, and you would put your bottle here, and you would spin this, and it turns your bottle and labels it. So you get the same, your labels are the same every time on the bottle. Spanky could sell a bajillion of these. And he sent me one. And when I say a bajillion, imagine if you could put your labels on your bottles, your honey jars, perfect every time. You know what I mean? And he does things like this, right? It would have been awesome without the Swarm Rustler logo on it, but that just makes it even friggin' more awesome, you know? So they get the GOAT award. GOAT as in greatest of all time award. Obviously, these pieces do go on here somehow, and I need to get with him. He'll say, no, you do this and you do that, and then we'll get it straight. But it's just awesome that, and I'm honored that they thought about me enough to, do this for us. And see, there you go. Spanky, people want mites. Well, we want to get rid of mites, but they want a mite. They want to buy a mite. And one thing that I actually broke, Spanky, and I feel terrible about it. Sorry, guys. I have there's so much stuff. I've got it all over the place. So we talked also about an issue I was having with my bottler. And yeah, and I'm going to tell you, it broke already, but it's my fault. It's not your fault for sure. This piece right here, it split. So maybe you can tell me what I can do to try to fix that. But anyway, we were talking about an issue I was having with the bottles falling over on my bottling line. So Spanky designed this up and 3D printed it. And essentially, this hooks onto my bottler. And this is a guide to keep the bottle straight. So I'll have to get with him tomorrow during the day sometime and try to get that figured out. But, I mean, that was beyond nice. I mean, it was more than I expected, for sure. Oh, and there's so much more stuff. Oh, my gosh. they sent me a Christmas card, and in the Christmas card, it had schematics on it and designs of the hives. Super cool note. So, what else? Oh, and this is what I'm saying, guys. It just never ends over here. Look at this. So, and the bees holding candy canes instead of pistols. That's awesome. And on the inside, it has my Walker Bee Ranch logo. How awesome is that, guys? There's no words. I mean, I can't put it into words how thankful I am just to be thought of, you know, and being a part of this this live stream and all the live streams, and it's awesome. So what I'm gonna do, guys, it's just me. Lee's here. I'm gonna drop a link and I'm gonna pin it. So if anybody wants to come in and hang out, please do. And I think Spanky got his computer fixed. Maybe he'll jump in. And there you go. Pin message, so it won't go away. And man, I tell you what, I'm I was watching. I was actually thinking about going live earlier, and then I saw Lee did a video, and I was in the middle of doing a run, and I did a couple hundred bottles pretty quick today. Hey, Fox Plus, good to see you, bud. Appreciate you too, everybody, guys. Oh, it was awesome. Old Smoky moonshine cherries in chocolate were freaking awesome. And I had them before I was actually off work. I had a couple of those, and then the Cinerator, the cinnamon one. I need to find out what you had in that. I was thinking it's maybe Fireball or something like that, but it was awesome. Very awesome. So come on in. Charlie, somebody, Sean, Ed, Spanky, somebody. Oh, I put at Filament Corner, not at the Filament Corner. I was trying to give you a shout out. Hey, Charles in charge.
Yeah, hold up. I
hear you fine.
It was, whatever you call it. I had to turn the volume off.
For the
YouTube thing here. Now I was check. See, where is he at? Sean. He's from
Lansing, Michigan.
Oh, Michigan. Okay.
Michigan. He's a Michigander.
He's going to be down at Hive Life. That's cool.
And I will be at Hive Life, sir.
Yes.
I do need to find a room for my wife and I. I think my sister, well, I'm going to put it to my sister this way. Either you're going to take my mom for a few days or she's going to be sitting home alone. So, I mean, I hate to put it that way.
There's plenty of places to go. So, I mean, as far as staying goes.
Well, I don't mind driving either. If it's packed out in there, I'll stay somewhere else. And
I'll go to get on. I mean, I'm staying at the Hampton Inn, which is a quarter mile down the road.
Hey, Pastor Larry, I'm in South Carolina. I'm in Hopkins, right outside of Columbia. So thank you, Larimore. Yeah, I just hit 25,000 watch hours.
Really?
Yeah, that was, but again, guys, I've had this channel for a long time. So it's here and there, picking up views here and there. But Ed went live today. I'm so proud of him. I was sitting back like a new daddy. I was like, oh, look at Ed go.
It wasn't long. It wasn't a long live, but I thank everybody who joined.
Oh, well, the thing is, the problem with the lives when you're going from the camera, or your phone, you start the live, right? You can't really do a notification. You just do it, and then it takes time for the notifications to get out. And if the video's too short, then by the time people got notification to find it, you're already off the live.
Mm-hmm.
I've done that before, and it happens a lot, especially like on just going live like that, or even this. When I start these, I started seeing people in the chat. And I'm like, wait a minute, I didn't schedule it, so I didn't think that you guys were going to get a notification right away, But heck, I mean, I'm glad, the late, it's 11 o'clock, late night stream.
Yeah, I just got off of another B chat.
Oh, did you?
I was like, well, there's Bob on there. I'm thinking, well, it's probably, from minutes past, but it wasn't. You had just came on like 5 minutes prior to me getting off the other one.
Oh, well, hey, Pastor Larry in Lancaster, South Carolina. We don't say like you guys do, like Lancaster, Pennsylvania. It's Lancaster. It's all one word, Lancaster. So
now that's the correct way if you live in Pennsylvania, is Lancaster. And the people that get out of Maryland, they go to Lancaster for the day.
But I mean, today was rainy and cold here. Cold for us. It was like 58, if it wasn't, and I still had sun flying before it started raining, but then it was about 57, 58 here. I think 57.
Yeah,
about the same.
I wanted to do some vaporization, but work got in the way. And
Ed was probably like 85 or something down there.
No, it was 75.
75. That's still good.
Yeah.
Your bees are going crazy on the Apis.
Yeah.
Now you just got that Apis because I know when you ordered it. Long ago. So, are you noticing a difference between before you used Apis till after you used Apis as far as the way they're acting going to it? Or is it just more of a, for me, it was, if they're taking it at the same rate, then if they're getting the nutrition,
there he is,
then it's a benefit, So it looked like they were going pretty good.
The front feeder, it was about average, but the back at the swarm hive in the back, they were just tearing it up. They were going ape over it. When I showed the video, they had calmed down because I made a new batch of it.
Right.
But before that, they had that whole feeder was covered with them trying to get into it, and I never seen them do that.
I find out I have to either add it late at night or before they get up in the morning, because usually if I wait too long, they're already on the feeder, and I don't want to drown too many pouring the feed into the open feed like that.
That's what I did with the open feeder. I had the old chicken water in the back. I did it last night. They killed a whole gallon just before I did the live, and then I had put the new one up there just before the live too.
Spanky, where can people order these?
I don't know.
You don't know?
I don't even know if you can sell that design.
Why not?
Oh, I didn't make that design. That's off the Thingiverse.
So that's where everybody else's stuff comes from.
If it's licensed under certain things, you can't.
How do you license a Varroa mite?
For the model.
Okay, so put your name on it. Then it's different. Put your name under the bottom. Fill them in corner. Then it's different. Open source. Thingiverse is open source?
Well, you can license your models on there. Like a lot of my stuff's licensed where people can take it and use it for commercial stuff, so they don't have to ask.
All right. So I've got people in the chat that want to order Varroa mites. And you're the dude. You're the Varroa mite guy.
Well, they just got to go order some beads.
This could be your $1 million design right here. Your
The only
Varroa.
thing you got to do is make that thing red like the real one. That kind of a chocolate red.
And you could do something even different, Spanky. You could do a hive beetle, small hive beetle, but make it a big small hive beetle.
If you can find the model, I've been hunting for a small hive beetle model for months.
You just need to
I
get
found one on a website, but you couldn't download it. They disabled downloads. Some university had made a model, but you couldn't download it.
And tell me about this you sent me. The pollen trap.
That's a old pollen trap model I made.
But it would work, right? Or is it a little too small?
It's a design I was working on for something else. I changed the design up. I've got a newer design.
Well,
So that's an older design, but it's a pollen trap.
this, you could sell these, bro. I'm telling you, you're sitting on all that knowledge, man. You could be making some money.
I don't know if you can sell that or not.
Why not?
Well, because China's got you beating pricing.
How can they beat you in price if you're making it yourself?
Because it's China.
Because it's China.
Because it's China.
Well, we'll just put American made on it, and our guys will buy. I bet you people in our chat would buy it.
Because, yeah, see, this one model is licensed under non-commercial. So you would have to contact them personally and request if you could do it commercially.
Okay, so if you did do it on your Etsy store, do you think the Varroa mite police would like find it in all the other stuff? And
You misunderstand the community around 3D printing. If one person finds it and they 3D print as a chance, they will report it to the person that made it.
so, in other words, you have to find one that you could buy that's open source, even though it's the exact same thing.
There was a very big movement years ago because there was loads of people on eBay selling models that they didn't have the rights to. They would just go and pull them off of websites, and people were dedicated. They would find these accounts. They would go and archive every single model that they didn't have permission for, and they would just spam eBay. Hey, they don't have permission for this. They don't have permission for this. Get all these accounts taken down every day. And these people weren't getting paid for it. It was a community thing. Yeah.
I'm still thinking there's, well,
It's a different
Brian
space.
sells hives and he got his off of somewhere.
Because that model's licensed under a different licensing.
Well, fine. Okay, Spanky, let me rephrase my question. Find some that have the appropriate license or design like that pollen trap.
And you see, like, that's
I don't
the
know how long.
one. Well,
I can't see it because of the background. Yeah, I see that. Okay.
that's the one I printed. It's just under Creative Commons attribution, but it's remixed off of the one that's non-commercial. And you want to talk about a can of worms? I tell you what, those licensings, that's a can of worms and a half trying to read that legal mumbo jumbo.
It's kind of like my trademark and having to switch labels and brands and names and everything.
Because it's like Some of them you have to apply it if you change the model, you have to take and apply that to your change. And some of it you don't. It's very confusing stuff.
Oh, hey, Stan, I've never done a pollen trap myself. Have you used a pollen trap, Charlie?
Nope, I don't do pollen.
I know that DC usually he's trapped some pollen, and he is DC in here? I haven't seen him yet, but he has trapped a bunch of pollen this year.
That's just something that I don't know. I have no interest in it. You have to
Then you got to dry it, right?
either dry it or you got to freeze it. There's a lot to it per se. Something that I was interested in, either doing some cream honey next year or now, or trying to sell some of that, or doing some comb honey.
I've been looking at. Well, I got the Ceracell.
Ross Round.
Yeah, but that frame is only with you get the 2 end pieces, the 2 Ross rounds, and 2 pieces of that thin wax to go in between it for $19.95, and it's the size of a deep frame. So you take out one deep frame but you use mediums, so you could probably.
I've looked at it. I don't know. I mean, and then with Ross Rounds, it's not just take it out of the hive. You have to freeze that, so you kill all your eggs from your parasites and stuff.
I wanted to show something off here, and I have to find it.
It's just like wax. I mean, I've got wax that I have this year where I rendered it on through the wax melter, or the solar wax melter, and then I put it through my hot electric pans thing that you buy from. I bought it from Man Lake. It's got the spout on it. Melts the wax down, then you filter it through a cheesecloth or some type of filtering system. I use a regular screen sieve that you have in a kitchen, but then I put a filter in within that to hold it, support it.
Right.
And then I, they want $35 or $40 for a 1 pound foam wax mold. And I mean, that is just, to me, ridiculous. And so I found in the supermarket these bread pans that are it's got the thinner finish on there,
like Teflon.
Teflon, that's what I'm thinking of, non-stick finish. And anyway, I figured out if you keep it about an inch below the rim of the pan, it comes out to like 1 pound and 0.2 ounces or something like that. And then you don't have to put no water in them, and they'll pop right out after they get hard. And I mean, I bought 5 of them, $7 a piece, $35. I got enough to do 5 pounds instead of 1 pound, and it works out great. So now I got wax to sell. I have sold some. I sold like $100 worth of wax so far.
Hey, Spanky, check this out. You ready? That's on the Hive Life Facebook page.
Oh, that's cool.
You made it. So, if you haven't seen Ricky Rourke's video on that model Hive, it's the same diagram that Spanky's got behind him as a background. So that's pretty awesome. There was I'm gonna remove this back out again because I was looking for another thing when I saw that, because that was just posted up. But let me see.
Yeah, his wife's supposed to paint it.
Oh, I'm sure she does a good job with her painting.
Yeah, she's very good.
And I was looking, here it is. Here's another thing. Let me pop that up big and add this to a stream. So Bohemia Bees at the Hive Life has got swarm traps, and I don't know if you can see the little right here. Each trap's going to have a bullet lure in it, so it's pretty cool. I'm excited about that. He put it up on his website yesterday. So if you notice a change in price on my website, it was only to appease the people that are buying it to sell it in their own stores.
He wants $60 for your stuff.
No, that's the swarm trap.
Oh, okay.
And in the swarm trap, he's getting you will also get a lure.
Oh, okay.
So there was a price change on my website. I know. Go ahead. I said I wasn't going to sell it over a certain price, but I had to do that change. But don't worry. You guys all know me. Message me. I'll give you a code and we'll do a workaround. But for appearance sakes, sell it cheaper than the people that are buying it from me. And when I set a retail price for it, does that make sense? I mean, I can't undercut them really like that, at least not at face value. But
that's just the way the business works.
Yeah. So don't worry, you'll still get a great deal on it. I'll just have to give you a code, and you guys already know you get a code already. If you use it or not, that's kind of been suspect. People miss the box, but yeah. So I was pretty excited about that. He's got the stuff on his site, and so hopefully he sells a ton, and he's doing pre-orders for the lure. So I hope he's really successful at selling it, because if he is, then he'll have to order more. And so it's pretty exciting. Hey, DC, speaking of DC, welcome. And secondly, we were talking about trapping pollen. So if you could tell us, Texas Friendly Beekeeper asked, how much pollen could you trap from a 10 frame double deep pollen?
Now, I mean, I can tell you that you trap for maybe one day, and then you open it back. You let the bees have it for a day or two, because they got to have it in order to make baby bees.
Yeah, but you could pretty much do a colony, and then next day move that trap to the other colony, and then
yeah. Well, most traps have a thing where you turn it on and you turn it off.
Right, which is how that one is too, right, Spanky? The one you sent me.
That one you can take and you can open and close it.
So close it off like a robbing screen type of deal too.
Yeah, the main thing with that one is, with the opening and the closing, is on it, it's just got that one row, and that's what I changed later on. I made it a complete grid.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, like most of the normal pollen traps that you find in the stores, but it's got that swinging motion to it.
I'll tell you what, I like that. Have you seen the entrance reducer that Saracel sells?
Yeah.
The one that Dirt Rooster had, they sent him a bunch of them where the colors flip down. You can open a side and close a side. And open
called the Monster.
I
think it's called the Monster, something like that.
Monster Saver, something like that.
I think something Beast or something like that. I don't know, but yeah, it's pretty cool. However, getting those from New Zealand might be kind of difficult.
Yeah, but then the problem I see with that is that all right, you're going to switch your boxes around. Well, then that thing is screwed to your boxes, and you got to take that off. And I don't know. I look at that kind of stuff, and I'm like, nah.
Well, you could always use a thumbtack and thumbtack it to the board.
Yeah.
Just pull the thumbtack off and move it, something like that. But yeah, I was sitting here earlier. I probably did 200 bottles of Swarm Lure. I mean, I haven't labeled them yet, but I bottled them up pretty quick. So I was proud of myself on that one. Just sitting there, guy had the music, country music going, and just zipping them right through. And hey, see, we've made Spanky talk tonight. Usually he comes on and just sits there. See, like, I don't know if he's frozen now. Spanky, move. Are you
I'm
frozen?
not frozen.
I don't see you moving on the screen.
Oh, I'm not frozen. You can hear me.
I can hear you, but I don't see your video.
Uh,
What do you do? Take a still image and put it up there?
No.
Yeah.
Spanky's in deep thought.
The Beast Blocker is what it's called.
Oh, that's what it is. Okay.
To Hive Life. Type it. Yep, I'm going to Hive Life. That's the plan. My wife asked me, "You going?" Yes. So, yeah, we're going to find a place, and my daughter's going to come and stay and take care of the animals while I'm gone. And I just have to break it to work now. Hey, I'm not going to be here on this day and this day.
Can you see me now?
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Now. You are moving now, sir. But yeah, there's really not much unfortunately, for me today with the bees because it's just the weather, you know.
Yeah, it's been crap here all week. I mean, I got rain coming in Sunday. Today was the first day in the last 2 days it didn't rain. And
I'm going to be Lee from Kodiak Farms. I'm going to be Lee Quimby. That's who I'm going to be. Because Lee got his ticket from Ricky Rourke. So I guess Lee might be Ricky Rourke. And I'm going to be Lee Quimby at Hive Life. Because he didn't have, if he would have had Renee's ticket, I guess I'd have been Renee for that day or a couple days. And from what there may be another ticket available. Grammy's Homestead said that her husband may not be able to go. So if he can't go, she's going to have a ticket to get used. So I don't think my wife would be interested. She'd probably be bugging the crap out of me the whole time. So I don't know if she's going to want to do that or not. I might just send her with Renee and say, go shopping. Yay, go spend money. Or better yet, go around here and spend beekeeping money on stuff. Let's buy some stuff. Load it up in the truck and carry it back. Yeah, so I think Ricky Rourke is going to have a section of his booth that's set up to where we can live stream from the show. And don't think I won't turn the computer on and let the camera just roll of all the people walking by and stuff. Won't bother me none. And then just hop in front of the camera and talk to people as they walk by. Won't bother me at all. Be live all the time. So Sean's
Yeah, you'll get your 24-hour live stream then.
I've done it before. I've done a live so long that YouTube shut us off, and we had to start it right back up. Like we took a break and then went right back.
yeah,
So,
Sean's going for the week there. I'll be down there. Well, I'll arrive Tuesday evening, and then I'll have Wednesday to.
so it's Thursday, Friday, and Saturday.
Thursday evening starts at 5:30. Thursday. That's something new for this year.
So I could but it's only Friday and Saturday then the show.
Friday and Saturday is the main event. Yes.
Okay, so
Thursday's meetup.
I'll leave Thursday morning then probably, and because it's only 4.5, 5 hours for me to get there, and then I'll hang out with you guys. Yeah,
It's only 4 hours. Really?
I think 4 to 5 hours, 4.5, 5 hours. That's it.
Really?
Yeah, it's not far. I mean,
it'll take me, I don't know, 10 hours. I mean, but that's with me stopping and, it's a vacation thing for me.
Frankie, send me a free mite and I will send you something. There you go. Hey, you didn't charge him for it. It was a free mite and he gave you a love offering, a donation. See, Spanky, work around. I'm trying. Help me help you,
I'm
Spanky.
trying to think on how he can send me his information without doxing himself. Unless he's got a PO box or something.
Email, PayPal, all kinds of ways.
Now, what are you talking about? I sent them my PayPal. They ain't gonna know what to do with it.
No, you give him type what's your email? Put it in the chat and I'll copy and paste it. Or you can.
No, that's how you get spam.
I don't get any. Well, I get
You
spam.
do get spam.
You know what I did have though? So I'm gonna have to make a different email though that you said that, because I received somebody requesting money from my PayPal through my email address, and it wasn't like $20. It was like $699.
Yep.
I went in there and was like, cancel. You know, how stupid do you think I am? You know. Or hey, James, you can email me and I can forward the email to Spanky. And then Spanky, you have his email and vice versa. James has my email.
Let's see. Lee's traveling on a Wednesday, I believe.
But Lee's got a long ass road to hoe.
Yeah, I got Lee's number. I can just give him a call and say, where you at?
Spanky, how far are you from Sevierville? You're not far.
I don't know, a few hours.
Let me see. Now I got to do distances from.
I'd estimate I'm about 8 hours.
You're 8 hours away?
I'm as an estimate, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, if I don't, if I really put the hammer down and don't stop too often, just get gas and whatever, yeah, you can get there in 8 hours for sure. But
it's the convention center, ain't it?
Yeah.
It says you are 2 hours and 50 minutes just from city to city.
Hey, I'm 2 hours and 54 minutes from the convention center.
And I am, let me see, if just city to city, 4 hours and 10 minutes. It says 3 hours and 54 minutes by I-26 and I-40.
I don't know if you'll be passing by us or.
I'll go through Asheville.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you're north of that. Spanky is.
So I usually stop when I cut through. I stop at the Bush Baked Bean Company. You ever been to that little place? If you're coming down like 40, they have a little, Bush Baked Beans. They're right across the street from the Ball Mason Jar Factory, and they have a little museum and country store right there. So it's pretty cool. We usually stop there and stretch our legs and get a drink and walk around. It's a pretty cool little place. So it says I am 239 miles away from Sevierville.
They've lost that package in Greensboro, Bob.
Do what?
It's entered the hellhole.
It told me it's supposed to be there tomorrow.
It's entered the hellhole of Greensboro. That's where everything goes.
And like the main hub.
Yep.
Well, hopefully it still gets there. It's supposed to be there tomorrow.
Is it going to the box or main address?
To the box.
To the box.
Mm-hmm. Thank you, Fox Plus. And it's in Union Mills by Asheville, going to meet us in Sevierville. Cool. So it's going to be.
Now for me, it's 8 hours.
So you're about as far north and east as Ed is south and west.
8 hours and 13 minutes, 527 miles. But add a couple more hours on there for stopping and eating and, stretch your leg break.
Yeah, that's I don't rush it when I'm driving anymore. I used to drive fast and all that. Now it's like, yeah, I just leave and enjoy my drive.
Well, we leave an extra day early, and like I say, for me, it's a vacation thing, So I get there, it gives me a day to rest up.
I thought
Day
about
and a half.
renting one of those campers, like an RV camper, not a big giant one, but just a smaller one.
Class C or something.
Yeah, and just drive that up there and park in the parking lot of the hotel. I wonder if I'd get in trouble. It'd probably make me move, right?
Walmart won't make you move.
That's true. I could just.
It depends on where the Walmart's located too. Whether there's
Oh,
any local ordinances.
Oh
Like,
yeah.
If there's a bunch of campgrounds around, they'll have an ordinance passed to
There's
make
one,
that Walmart not be able to let you do that.
There's a bunch of campgrounds up there.
Yeah.
If I had a camper, I would for sure drive it, but I don't have one, and it probably would be just as cheap just to get a hotel room as it would to rent one of them damn campers and drive it. Let me see.
What Spanky's mom want? Says
It's
Charlie.
Oh. She said Charlie. Oh, yikes! Long trip, Charlie. It was just in 2 lines. Let me see. Hotels. Sevierville, Tennessee.
Yeah, there's a lot of cabins. Even Bob talked about that 6 months ago.
Yeah, the cabins.
About a cabin and getting a whole group of us there.
Dude, we would get no sleep. We'd get no sleep. We'd be talking and drinking and and if the right person came, smoking. Not
Pass out the gummies.
yeah, the gummies.
You just keep any booze away from you.
Dude,
If it was mead, they ain't got a chance if it's mead.
I know, right? Let me see. Lee's staying right there at the conference center.
Yeah, but it's like an extra, I don't know, $40 a night or something like that. Or no, it's more than that. It's like $170 a night, something, because of that place.
3 nights through Priceline. Let me see if it'll come up. The cheapest one is Club Wyndham Smoky Mountains, $116 a night.
I mean, I got Hampton.
Well, Baymont by Wyndham is $54 a night for those days. You're at which one are you at, Charlie?
I'm at the Hilton or Hampton.
Hampton Inn?
Yeah. Now, some of them, if it's like a Wednesday night or a Thursday night, it's like $95 a night.
Hampton Inn Sevierville is showing me as $144 a night.
And then the weekends are more. Or the Friday night and the Saturday nights, the more.
I think
I got it booked, back, I don't know, so many months ago, and it's like $700 for the week, which is not too bad.
So it's gonna cost probably $400 to $500 unless we stay in a shithole. I mean a small place. But there's some cheaper ones. For $500, you could stay in a cabin. Let's see. 400 and a bit of heaven. It's a little cabin. It's $493 for 3 nights.
Not bad.
No, it's not terrible.
Compared, I was going to go to EAS up in New York State this year, and the average, of course, it's summertime pricing, and I mean it's up there at Ithaca, New York, which has got the Finger Lakes, which that's also where Cornell University is, and it's like, to me, I said, this is not a destination place to me whatsoever. you know, even though it's got a lakes and stuff, and they wanted anywhere from 250 to $300 a night. I said, you're out of your mind. So obviously, so I did go up in the area, but I stayed away from that area, and we stayed at a Hampton or a Hilton, and it was $200 a night, which not as bad.
The Evergreen Smoky Mountain Lodge and Convention Center is $40 a night. So it'd be $120.
Call down there and you'll find out it's probably a whole lot different than what it says on the internet.
That's on price line I'm looking at right now. Wyndham or Travelodge, $40. This is also in Pigeon Forge and not in Sevierville, so they're like right
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, it's like it's like a 4-lane highway, and it's like you go 3 miles down the road. Well, now you're in Pigeon Forge, and it's just, you know, there's a gazillion places to stay.
Staying at the La Quinta. So there's rooms. I mean, obviously it's off season. So
yeah.
There's the Ramada. The Ramada by Wyndham at Pigeon Forge is $64 a night. So yeah, should be plenty of rooms.
I would book before you go.
Oh yeah, I'm not going to drive up there. But see, this is the downside of my regular job, guys. So yeah, I've got a little bit of money that comes in from the website. I mean, a little bit. It's not a lot at all. But I get paid on the 6th and on the 21st. Well, the 21st is 3 days before Christmas. So it's like,
that's what credit cards are for.
I've got them, I know, but I don't like to use them. I've been using them I would like to have those paid off before I go, because then that would be nice. If I wanted to buy something, I could just smack it down and be like, let it ride, baby. Let's get it.
Well, you got them $20,000 credit cards, don't you?
Yeah. 20,000 penny credit cards, like the $200, $250, $500 credit cards. I'm the only guy you'll ever meet that'll want to buy something for $1,500 and pop down 4 credit cards to pay for it. You know, and that's if they got 0 balances on them. You know,
split payments, right?
Yeah.
Well, Soap and Suds, I agree with you. I mean, I use credit cards, but I'd rather pay cash.
Yeah, that's how I am too. I just don't like to.
No, I don't like going into debt. I like to pay my debts off, but you know.
No, I've used it on some things, like
here lately I've spent a ton of money.
And you know, I try to be constructive on what I use it for. So like some APIS. I did buy some APIS on credit cards to get a stock up, right? So so stuff like that was a thing, because if I sell it, then I can pay my credit cards down slow, and I can have enough inventory to cover people. Yes, I'm paying interest on it, but I try to get them paid off quick. I never make the minimum payment. It's always more than the minimum payment. And usually most of the time they have nothing on it. Yeah, that's how I am. 500 to 800. Now my wife, she's got credit cards, and we never use hers. And hers, so if I was in a pinch, I could get some stuff, you know. But I just try.
Now, James actually only has a 500. Is that his personal limit, I presume, on a credit card?
Does James know your email?
He does. Let me see if.
Read something in there about Lee email something he was saying.
So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take this and I'm gonna forward it to Spanky or Spring and Larry. There we go. Sent.
You know, the thing you said about cash, though, I like most about cash is the anonymity of it. You know, it's hard. You can't track somebody if they're spending cash.
That's why criminals like it.
Well, see, now
No, I'm not a criminal, but I love cash.
that's why people say Bitcoin is a thing for all the drug dealers. And
No.
and I say, are you kidding me? They want cash. Cash money.
Of Bitcoin.
Hey, I am a cryptocurrency fiend. I'm not gonna lie. But
I thought you got out from underneath that stuff.
hey, I can't show y'all my whole hand. no, I still have some. I don't have as much as I used to, but I do have some.
Bob likes playing the long game.
That's it.
Hey, there's Fox Plus.
Yeah, I've seen people that have gotten. I had a buddy of mine that bought Bitcoin, and he was doing some trading, and he got mad because he lost on a trade margin call with Bitcoin, and he got mad and he stopped looking at it for 6 months, and he ran into a buddy of his that says, "Hey, have you checked your Bitcoin balance lately?" He's like, "No, I got mad and walked off." And he went back in and had $500,000 worth of Bitcoin in his account because the price jumped up so much. So I've got some stuff like that. There's just sitting there that maybe one day it'll do something, and that's it.
Yeah, I got some stuff.
That's where I know you from. ETN. Yes. So I sold my ETN. I bought it at half a penny and sold it at 22 cents. So I made a good chunk on that. Good chunk on ETN.
Yeah, I'm sitting on stuff in Coinbase right now myself.
You got some stuff in Coinbase too? See?
Yeah.
See? You'll see one day, guys. I've bought cars with my crypto before. I mean, I
want to get into that. I just don't know enough about it.
I lived on crypto for 2 solid years. And that's what I'm waiting on. This settlement is from a company I worked for that was in crypto that the SEC actually rated, but I was a contract employee. So they owed me money on my contract when the SEC closed them down. So when the SEC started taking claims on the account, I claimed what they owed me on my contract still. So they've agreed they owe me money. They just verified the address. Now I'm just waiting on it to come in. So hopefully maybe I'll get it before Christmas or maybe before Hive Life, but who knows? I've been waiting 4 years on it, and they're just getting to the point to where they're tying everything up. And then
the lawyers will get all of it and you won't get diddly.
Well, this company raised $21 million, and that was in 2018. And the last time that Bitcoin went way up, that was worth quite a bit more. I mean, probably.
So what is Bitcoin? I mean, is it a stock?
It is they'll say, and everyone says it's a digital currency. And
Yeah.
So basically it's a ledger system, right? Where right now it's the bank, right? So to have a trade, you have to have trust in the system, right? So I didn't know this was going to turn into a
if it's a long, drawn out process, don't
but
worry about it.
it's some people.
All I can say is every time I ever bought stock or whatever, the darn market crashes.
Well, see, the problem is that when most people find out about something, it's already made its move, right? And then the news comes out, oh, Bitcoin's up and is going through the roof, and then people jump on board. Well, then it recesses, right? And then everybody's bought it up here and it drops back down. And everyone's like, oh, crap, I just lost a bunch of money. But if you got in it down here, you still made a crap ton of money, right? So
As far as Brian goes, am I looking for a extractor? Not really. I got an 18 frame from Man Lake, which if I was buying a brand new one, I would buy towards more of a license.
Yeah,
I like the baskets in there are better and everything.
that's the new and improved version.
Yeah, that's my new one.
I like that. How long does it take to print one of those?
Not that long. I use my big printer, my big nozzle. I printed that Varroa on the big printer.
That see, you could list those, man, make some money.
Yeah, Trey. And this one doubles. This one's this is not just a pollen trap, it doubles.
We got 91 people watching right now, guys.
It's got a it's got a reducer insert that goes inside of it,
Right.
and then it's got a trapping tray.
Now, I wonder how fast that would fill up in the spring. Probably pretty fast.
So on the off season, when you're not pollen trapping, you can keep it on there as a trapping tray
Okay.
for like small hive beetles.
Put your little if
You can bait them out. You can bait them outside the box.
Yeah, that would be a good idea. Put something in there as long as you could keep the weather and rain from flooding it out, right?
Well, I mean, it's covered, you know.
Right. That is a good idea, Spanky. You're sitting on a bajillion dollars over there, man. What you doing?
Oh, $1 bajillion until China gets a hold of it, and it's mass flooding Amazon, eBay.
Well, make your money before that.
You can't.
Well, you try to patent it before they get a hold to it. They
Good
can't
luck.
touch it.
Good luck fighting them in their own turf.
See, now, look, you want to see how much beekeepers think alike, right? So Ed just said he's on Coinbase. Gary's saying Shiba Inu is a good coin, Bob. See? And Fox Plus is talking about ETN. There's more people in it than you think there's in it. So basically, it's a ledger. So instead of you having to use a bank in between transactions, right? So the bank basically verifies that you have funds. So if I wrote you a check, Charlie, and you took it, you would have to go to the bank, right? And the bank verifies that, yep, Bob's got the money. Then they give the money to you, right? But if you've ever put a check in the bank that wasn't any good, they credit you the money, but then they come back afterwards and take that money back, right? So let's say,
The ledger shows ownership, who owned it, and then who now owns it,
right?
so that someone can't come back and say, "Hey, why is this not right?" You know, it's got a ledger system that follows it, so everybody who owns it.
It's a consensus network. So if all of us were on the network with Bitcoin, right, and on the blockchain, if I went to send Charlie money, Spanky would have a copy of the ledger, Ed would have a copy of the ledger, you would have a copy of the ledger, and I would have a copy of the ledger. So when I go to send that money to Charlie, everybody else in this set would say, "Yep, he's got the money. It's a valid transaction. It goes to the block, and then it gets distributed to you." And that way there's no middleman. It pretty much goes directly from me straight to you. Where if you do it by a bank, and I went to the bank and I said, "Okay, hey, Mr. Bank, I need to send Charlie $300." Well, then the bank says, "Oh, all right, Mr. Walker, you've got $300. We're going to send it over to Charlie, but Charlie's not on the same bank as you, so we got to wire it to his bank network, and then his bank's got to verify that our bank has the money, right? And then we give it to Charlie, which is like a few days in between, like those 3 to 5 business days that they say you have to wait, or when this money comes on this check that they're sending me that I'm put in the bank, and the bank's going to say, "Oh, all right, thanks for the deposit. Now you got to wait 7 to 10 business days for it to clear, and you can use it." You know, that's the whole deal.
2 weeks.
2 weeks.
But where's the making the money at? That's what gets. I just don't understand.
So it's just like it's kind of like the dollar against the euro or something, right? So if the dollar goes up in value, you can get more euros for the dollar. And then if the dollar goes down and the euro goes up, now those more coins are worth more money, and it swaps like that. Plus, there's a defined amount of Bitcoin. So there will only ever be a certain number of Bitcoins. So as compared to the US dollar, when they say we need more money, so let's just go print some more money, where you can't just print more Bitcoin. So it's deflationary.
It's under the gold standard.
Kind of.
But I have noticed though that the Bitcoin market does follow stock market pretty close in some aspects. You know, whether one, like you said, one coin to another coin of currency, if that currency balances up or down, it follows the same sort of trends in a lot of ways.
Well, all of them still go with
what do you got there, Spangy? Is that a different style?
Well, this is the pollen trap without the gate. This is so you can set it as a reducer in the off season.
Okay.
So it's not just sitting in your storage gathering dust. So you can close your hive off, and you can use your tray as a bait station.
Oil trap or something.
Yeah, oil trap, and put your bait for like small hive beetle.
Okay.
Trap them outside the hive instead of inside the hive. Small stuff like that, to try to keep your equipment in use all year round.
I'm just reading all these crypto. Yeah, a lot. The funny thing, I didn't mean for this to get into a crypto conversation, but I enjoy it. So it's like my second love. But with crypto, everyone says, oh, I don't know if I would trust a digital currency. And I say, hell, you're already on a digital currency, the US dollar. And they're like, no, I'm not. I said, do you get your check direct deposited? Well, yeah. Do you use the ATM card when you go to Walmart? Yep. You're using digital currency. It's just numbers on a computer somewhere. If you don't have that in your pocket, it's digital currency.
Yeah, that's true.
You don't have that paper. That using that card. Swip.
I mean, that's where they're going with it. But when they do it that way, then they completely track where everything is, what you did, there's no getting around the taxation part of it. That's for sure.
Well, the banks don't like it because they make money off your money. I mean, it's the dumbest thing ever if you think about it. We put the money.
You don't make no money anymore.
You put the money in the bank to save.
Yeah, you used to make money.
And they give you a little tiny percentage of it. Let's say 1% to 2%, right? For having it in the bank. But then you're like, you know what? That same bank, you're like, you know what? I need a new truck. And you go down to buy a new truck and you've got your money sitting in the bank, but you've got to take a loan out. So you take a loan out and they give you 10% interest. I mean, or 11. I've got 11%. So if that lets you know how my credit is, 11% interest, then
on a truck, on a car.
Hey, bro, I just refinanced it to get it to that point. I'm in recovery over here.
Yeah, that's because you didn't use all that shabby cyber cash.
Hey, I'll tell you what. What I traded in on my truck was a car that I paid 100% with crypto for. And I gave it to my daughter for graduation. And, and if you have more than $100,000 in a regular bank, it's the FDIC only backs up to $100,000. Yep. So
if it gets robbed, you're out of luck.
Yeah, if you had 120,000, you're just 20,000 out. So
I think I'd be looking around better for 10%. I mean,
but there was a few years ago. There was this. Oh, dude, trust me. If you knew what I'm saving $200 a month off of what it was. So, Yeah.
I thought 2% was bad enough.
Yeah. Well, any interest is bad. But if you haven't looked at the price of new trucks lately,
I already bought one.
yeah, you know.
Yeah, it's 50-some thousand.
Yeah, but then they want us. They're not only 50,000.
I love
They
that high.
want you to go 80 months on the damn thing.
What'd you say, Ed?
Oh, he has the blueprints for the Cathedral Hive. It looks like that's one he was showing.
Mhm.
I actually like that one.
Mm-hmm.
I would like to. Hey, that model right there. I would like to make it into a legit hive. I would like to make like a nuke out of that.
Is that a round hive or something?
It's a
No, it's not round.
hexagon or octagon, right?
Octagon.
It's
Okay,
a
I've seen.
cathedral style. That one's an octagon, but a traditional cathedral is a hexagon.
Mm.
And it's got just a top bar basically in it, right? That's kind of like wedge top.
Oh, that's like that rocket hive that Jason Bohemia Bees has.
Yep. But how cool would that be, man? I would just set that out there and use it like a nuke just to try it.
Yeah.
That'd be
But well, anyway, but yeah.
So maybe, you know what I'm thinking about doing? I've got some people that are in my members group, like James. You see the little green thing on his thing. I know a lot of
Is that what that means?
yeah, they subscribe to my channel, like the monthly fee thing. And I was thinking about, and it's cheap, but I was thinking about doing lives for members only, and then where we could do more about the beeconomics, right? Where it's more about the business side of the beekeeping, because some people really like that topic, and then some people really don't like that topic. So, and it's I just thought it would be something that maybe if it was just a member area thing where the people in the member area could come in and then hang out. I don't know, just an idea. I need to start doing more for the members that
Oh, that way you could use, instead of using StreamYard, you could do maybe a Zoom or something like that.
Yeah. Well, now StreamYard has a thing in it that it allows you to do that type of thing too. So I don't know, just some thoughts. What are you guys looking for at Hive Life? That's what Brian said. Brian, I'm surprised you didn't jump in here.
You like them candies?
Yeah, man. You see, the Old Smoky is empty. I already ate the Old Smoky cherries.
Well,
So-
I gave them out at work, and nobody was brave enough to try them before the weekend. So I only
Really?
got one person telling me if they liked them or not.
I came home at lunch and ate them all.
You know, because they got the alcohol in them.
They're Old Smoky moonshine cherries that are chocolate covered.
Yep.
They're pretty
What's it says Gary's Bees. Explain gas fees to Charlie. What do you mean?
Oh, gas fees. Basically, it's a transaction fee. And based on how busy the blockchain is, right? How many transactions, the higher the gas fee is. So it's kind of like a self-regulating fee structure, right? If the gas is too high, then people tend to wait to do the transfer till the gas fees come down, right? So it really is an attempt to stop the blockchain from getting too congested at one time.
Right.
So it's a whole thing.
It forces you to sit on it for a while, basically.
Yeah. Well, sometimes I don't care about the gas fee. It just depends on what the market's doing. But I don't trade as much as I used to. Now I'm just guys, I have a friend of mine who is wealthy, and not wealthy like, he's not Donald Trump wealthy, but he's he's the kind of guy that's got like 50 grand in his nightstand, wealthy, cash, and he's got money. So
Some money to lose.
yeah, I mean, and I was managing a portfolio for him and splitting the trade profits, right? 50-50. Whatever we made, 50%. And it was a $500,000 cryptocurrency account. Had $500,000 that I was I had to bring a buddy of mine on. I'm like, hey, you're like the only guy that I trust with $500,000, with that my name's associated with. And we, yeah, that is FU money. It is FU money. And so he was, and I just split. So if we made 50 grand one month, he got 20, the guy that had the money there got 25 grand, and then we got 25 grand, and we split it. And never shorted him a penny, not one penny from my buddy or me or the guy. And the way we had it set up was we all had logins to the account, but we could not couldn't like transfer the money without the other people being there, right? So it was pretty good idea. And we just made a ton of money. It was stupid money. And so that's how I lived for a couple years off of crypto. I just made investments. I was doing videos for different coins, and when I would do a video, they would send me a bunch of their coins, and then they would launch on the exchange, and then I would sell them and buy what I wanted to with them, basically. And when somebody asks you, hey, we'll give you 10 million of our token if you do a YouTube video in a YouTube or in a Facebook group, I'm like, sure thing, boss. And then all of a sudden, that 10 million coins is worth $40,000 on the day it launches. I'm like, yep, let me go buy my daughter her car that she needs for, high school and all that. And just what I did. I mean, wait a minute, Christmas ornament bee box.
Yeah.
Is that the orange one?
Yeah.
Well, wait a minute.
Yeah, look how small he is.
But she said Christmas ornament, but I was like, wait, I didn't see no string on it.
No, you can perch it in between branches.
Oh, yes, I love it. But I didn't know I know you had them all wrapped and stuff written on them. And I was going through there and I was like, hopefully I didn't miss it. I still got the box. I'm going to go back through it because there was so much stuff in that box. I was like, Christ. I was like, man, really, Spanky? What are y'all doing?
Yeah, I was thinking about getting into that crypto, but I don't know nothing about it. And
maybe that's what I should do I should just have a crypto course. Start from the beginning.
Report it to the government if you sell it and all that junk.
Wow, you're way too much of a straight shooter. Spanky, you're way too much of a straight shooter when it comes to crypto.
All it takes is for one rat.
Well, I have had one incident with crypto and it wasn't with the government, it was with my bank. I bought $75,000 worth of Bitcoin for somebody, and they wired the money to my bank so I could buy it for them. And then I transferred it to them. And then my bank called and was like, we noticed a large sum of money come into your account and large sum of money is going out of your account. And I said, whose account is it? What's your account? Then don't worry about what I'm doing with my money. And that was the end of that phone call.
But they sent a red flag to the IRS, let me tell you.
I don't care. You only get penalized on crypto when you sell it. You got the ledger. See, yeah, there you go. He's got a cold storage wallet and everything.
Yeah, I got that thing. I got this thing.
You got them both, man. You got like the magnets.
I just don't know none about them.
I don't have either of those. I've done all of my crypto with no ledger. I've used a thumb drive for a cold storage or a lock.
Well, I mean, how am I going to spend my Cyber Chevy bucks whenever the EMPs hit?
Well, that's true. That's anything. The banks crash them too. See, there you go.
That commercial always cracks. What are you going to do with Cyber Chevy bucks after you've done bought the vehicle?
The thing with crypto, I like it. I mean, it is kind of gambling. I mean, but I am an opportunist. I will sit on something until it's at the price I want to buy it at. Right. So like right now, everyone's like, oh, Bitcoin's down. I'm like, yeah, that's awesome.
That's great.
What do you mean it's awesome? This is when you buy, bro. When the market's down, you buy now. And
Maybe
then
we'll get another GameStop.
it spikes up to 65 grand and you're looking pretty, you know? And people don't like, to give you an example, Ethereum is at like $1,200 or something right now. Actually, I could tell you. It's usually I just start typing and it just like, oh, there it is. 3 letters in and I got what I want. So Ethereum is at $1,266. 2 years ago, it was at $4,000. So if you bought $100 worth of that and it just gets back to it where it was its all-time high, you've quadrupled your money. I mean, it's just that simple. Bitcoin's at 17,000. If it just gets back to its all-time high of 65 grand, let me see. Let's take 65,000 divided by, what is it, 17,158 right now. Almost 4 times.
Yeah, the RTX 4090s.
The graphics cards.
So advanced, they literally disconnect themselves from your computers.
Did you buy one? A 49?
No, my coworker was telling me about the problems.
Yeah, I don't usually buy. I mean, I've got tons of graphics cards for mining, but it's not even really worth mining right now. I just do it to do it, and then I gamble the winnings for. And hey Charlie, they've got Bitcoin casinos, so you can go on there and play slot machines with your Bitcoin. And
no,
hey, I sometimes I look back at things and I could just smack the shit out of myself. And at one time I had 25 Ethereum from playing Bitcoin slots. Right, I was using Ethereum to gamble, and I had 25 Ethereum, and those 25 Ethereum, if I would have just held them and not done anything with them, when it got to the high of like $4,700 a piece, I'll just say 4,500 to be on the website. That was $112,500. So. When are we going to start speaking English again? As soon as you join the chat again. Brah, you haven't been on in a long time. I'm just saying.
Well, guys, I got to get out of here. I got to get up and go to work tomorrow.
You working on Saturday?
Yeah, half a day.
I got a Christmas party tomorrow.
And then I'm going to try to vaporize my hives tomorrow. Maybe shoot a video.
Vaporize them?
Yeah.
Are you done with them?
Huh? Yeah.
Done with them?
I'm gonna go into some bees tomorrow.
You can do what?
I'm gonna go into some bees tomorrow.
I don't think I can tomorrow. I think it's going to be too cold here.
It's supposed to be like 45, which would be good enough for vaporizing. So we'll see what happens. All right. Good to see y'all.
All right. Well, thanks for stopping by.
Yeah. Yep. All right. We'll catch you later.
All right. So it's going to be rainy. No, it's supposed to be Saturday, 54 and 46, 23% chance of rain tomorrow, but it's going to be overcast.
You might have some flying, but I wouldn't go in.
Yeah, they won't be happy if I open them up. So,
You want to pull up that label roller?
you want me to pull it down?
Wherever I don't know where you have it.
Let's,
You got it up or down?
I got it up where you're at right now. Man, this room smells like swarm lure so bad right now. All right.
Don't open your windows.
Yeah. It's too cold. Too cold at the moment. All right. So I put the other disc right here, right?
No, the extra parts were just extra parts.
All right. So let me get a bottle. I got a bottle right here.
Yeah.
Let me
So the idea, the concept with it that I had was because we were looking at the beer bottle labelers.
right.
Well, they got that long neck. They don't have to have a handle. They just use the long neck of that bottle. You don't have that.
Right.
So I put you that little handle. Well, I put some two-sided sticky tape on there.
Right there.
Yeah. Well, they sell on Amazon for dash cameras double-sided stickies that are circles.
Right.
And so the idea is, yeah. So the idea is you can just stick your bottle on that.
Now.
And then if you look on the other side, your opening, that's adjustable. So if, that bar, you can push up on it on each side gently, and you can adjust the height of it.
You're a genius. I was like, I'm going to break something if I do this wrong. And then you can just tighten it down when it's at the right height.
Yeah, you can tighten those screws down. So that way your bottle will rest at the right height.
And I got a little bullet level. I can just make sure the bottle's level. Put it in there.
Because if you don't have, I was thinking if you don't have that, you would have to have such a good adhesive to get the bottle from not leaning that it's going to be a pain to remove the bottle from the adhesive. Otherwise, it'll be leaning crooked.
Right. Well, I'll tell you what. If one day when I get a roll of labels so I can spin it, that will be...
And the website I was looking at said that their rolls were, I think, 5 inches. That was how the diameter of their rolls.
Of the roll, but the labels are different sizes, right?
Yeah.
Okay. And then, see, that's the only other thing is, all right, so with this, I'm going to turn it this way. So when the bottle's in here like this, the only thing is, if there's a way, I'll have to center the bottle up and down this way. That might be the only thing. Can you see that? What I'm saying about? So if it's sitting down, let's say the bottle's in there like that, or I guess you could always spin it around, do it the other way, but it's just not as tight. But if you put it this way, to get the label centered up, it would have to be all the way against the side. So it depends how the label is in here, right?
Yeah.
To shim. But if you can adjust it and make it tight, then it shouldn't really matter as long as it's in there. Good.
Yeah,
But
I didn't know what bottles you were using, so it's hard to design something without knowing what.
Yeah, we just literally talked about this on the phone and looked at some pictures. And next thing I know, I'm getting a cool ass label machine. So this is I'm telling you, this, you know what amazes me about the stuff you send is the amount of detail that you take when you're doing something. You know, obviously we've got other stuff, but other 3D printed stuff, but the detail on yours is much more intricate. So That's it's amazing. Like even your 3D printed hive has all the little pins to hold it all together and everything. It's awesome. Awesome stuff, man. And I was like a chimpanzee sitting here with these extra parts earlier. I was like, trying to. How does this go together? That don't work. Does it go like that? I'm like,
yeah, you can see how that's a smaller side piece there, and it doesn't have that adjustable bar.
right.
And then that's a different turntable.
Well, that's cool stuff, man. You found that design, or you had to design it yourself?
Oh, I made that.
What about heat shrink labels? That's a good question. I looked for some heat shrink labels too. You know, the little sleeves that you just put over them and they're already printed. And, so that I didn't ever find a good price on it. At DC's Blessed Bees, don't need it, just want it. Yeah, that's true. Well, graphics cards are very expensive right now. Actually, they should be coming down, graphics cards, because crypto mining is dead, which the only thing is that like EVGA stopped doing NVIDIA video cards. So that's a little bit of a thing. So like with these bottles, hold on. I did about 200 of them, right? So I got 200 bottles unlabeled, and literally to label them, I have to do this to them. I have to catch the corner, peel it back, and then I got to try to line it up straight, stick it on the bottle. I start rolling it, and as I roll it to the other side, I start peeling the label off. And if I'm lucky, I get them lined up. But a lot of times, I don't. So, I mean, it's pretty good, but it's not perfect.
But yeah, hopefully you can get that to work.
And try to do that 2,000 times. It's not. I mean, to give you an idea, in just a little while, like while Lee's video was going, this is how much more effective that little bottling machine is. That's one. This whole box is full of these swarm lures, full, and I've got another whole box. So I filled 2 of those boxes like that. It's probably 200, 220. And put washers behind the plate to adjust the bottle to center. There you go.
And I sent you some pictures of the filling, not that, on your phone, of the filling gate.
Oh, it's coming up. 2 attachments. Now, I would have never got that out of the picture. Hey, now I told you that one piece broke. You see how it's 2 pieces now? So that little 4-way or 2-way piece right there off of the big piece, it cracked right there.
Yeah.
So I don't know if there's anything I can do to try to fix that.
Maybe some JB Weld.
Gorilla tape.
But let me see. So That's what those extra screws are for then.
Yeah.
Stand it up.
And on the other piece,
Well, you just sent me these pictures like just now. Or an hour ago.
yeah.
I was already trying to figure out how the heck to do it.
Well, I didn't know if you'd open the box. I tried calling you.
But you know what? Because of the way this is, though, I could probably still make it work the way it is.
And then the other piece, it's got a piece that's supposed to mount. The idea is that mounts where the other mounting piece is on your actual film machine, that bar that doesn't work.
Right. That knocks over all the bottles.
Yeah, so the idea was that holds the whole thing to your machine.
And then I can just put this in where it needs to go so the bottles can go straight.
And then you got kind of like a vice screw, like you can adjust that. Yeah, and you can attach a bar or whatever to that because you don't have to worry about it really falling over anything because it's...
Right, it kind of stands up over it almost.
Yeah.
A new monitor mount. I'm surprised you have individual mounts. DC, well, adopt me, please, Lee. I'll gladly take hand-me-downs. Oh, you know what? Those cards you sent me, the white ones, those are laserable cards?
Yeah, I sent you one.
Like that.
That's what I was telling you about. Where we would take so what we would do is we would take like a marker for like drawing on a whiteboard.
Right.
We would rub that marker. We would laser in the marker, and then we just wipe the marker off.
I'm gonna try that.
And where the laser hit is what you see.
So it would basically
bond the ink to the...
And it was just a regular marker? It wasn't anything...
Just a dry erase.
Okay. Heck yeah, I'll try that for sure. But I got to take my bottling line down to put my laser back up over there.
I figured you'd like to make some premium business cards.
Heck yeah. You know, we got 100 people watching right now.
Well, of course, they all come in for your crypto talk.
The crypto talk?
Yeah.
They heard crypto, that's it.
Hey, can you guys keep a conversation going for like 30 seconds for me to go get a drink? Be right back.
Yeah, so Spanky, how big was the biggest the cathedral hive that you make? How big can you make that?
That one you can make it as big as you want. It's expandable the way that I designed it. You can take and you can make those sections and just expand it out.
Huh.
All right.
By adding other parts to it. Okay.
We're going to have some freedom juice, y'all. Let freedom ring. Anheuser-Busch, Budweiser. Had one left in the fridge.
Bavarian Beer Company now.
You see Fox Plus, but big eyes on there. So, cheers, gentlemen.
Yeah, but it may be that
like good.
You do your members stream here in a bit, and we take a closer look at that cathedral style hive for your members.
How big is that? Well, I mean, I got the dimensions on here of the model, right?
But I'm talking about that's a cathedral hive.
That's a legitimate hive, the one you made.
Yeah, just to scale down. If you watch Houston's video, that's the model I sent him.
Okay, yeah, but what I'm saying is that as big as you can make it? What you made, that one you made for Ricky? Or that you showed with Ricky?
No, like I was telling, is it Ed?
Yes, Ed.
That you could make that as long as you wanted. The way I've designed it, you print each like ring, and then you put them together.
Okay, I want you to make me one, but I'm gonna pay you for it.
I've
I'm
been
gonna
had
put,
this.
I'm
I've
gonna
been
put,
had this conversation.
I'm gonna put real bees in it.
There's design flaws that I don't like with it, and that's why I wouldn't put the design out. There's design aspects I don't like with it.
Well, okay, you get those fixed. I'll buy one from you because I want to put legit bees in it. I want to use it like a real hive, just like a mini nuke or a swarm trap or something. I'm gonna legit use it. I'll wax it up with beeswax.
Now I've got some other stuff that we can look at that I've not shown, and we can talk about.
Well, let's go, man. Let's get hot. No sex toys. Don't be bringing no 3D printed
What
sex
in the
toys.
hell are you talking about? Wanna insult my name and image on live public internet?
Hey, I would never insult you on purpose. But, you know, that's big business too. Oh, he just dipped. Come on. He knows better than that. He'll be back. Hopefully.
I wouldn't mind trying something like that myself. See how the bees took to it.
Like the one you showed Ricky. Yeah, that's what I'm. He'll come back. They're laughing. Look, he's bashful. Yeah, he says he'll be back in a sec. I was just poking fun at you. Don't have to run off. Yeah. Heck, it's after midnight. There shouldn't be any young people up unless they're like overseas somewhere. But yeah, so I think it'd be cool to try one of those hives out. Even if it's a miniature one. Just make a miniature colony, you know. Few put a couple hundred bees in there, and
it'd be interesting to find out if actual swarms would take to it. You know, you put it out there as a swarm trap, like you were saying. It'd be interesting if they took to it.
Make a nuke out of it. Use it as a queen rearing nuke, because basically a top bar hive with follower boards, right? And it just has, instead of having a straight top bar, it's just like the top of the octagon. So it's like vaulted. It's cathedral ceilings in it. Hence the cathedral hive. It's a mini top bar hive. There you go.
You probably could mount foundation in it, but you'd have to
or you could just
rig it a little bit.
You could paint some wax on the bar on the top of it, and they'll draw down from it. Good night, Lee. Thanks for stopping in and staying in the chat and not coming in and supporting your team over here. But yeah, that's I agree, man. I think that would be something that would I would like to try that, even with a 3D printed one. Man, you know how much money you could save? Well, I couldn't save because I don't have a 3D printer. But if you had a 3D printer and you could print hives, like Apamate type hives or hive bodies, or even you could 3D print the boxes and just have them go together and screw them together. And you wouldn't have to worry about them warping or anything really.
Well, if you paid attention to the video I said about my May hive I have out here, the top box is actually plastic pieces that lock together. I don't know how long Bruce had them, but he gave me a couple of them when I first started out here trying to get stuff going, and I ended up using one of them for the second deep. But they're deep size. They're just a little bit shy of the actual Langstroth hive, but they seal.
For the Apamate?
No, they're not Apamate. They're just, I think, probably from the 70s. It sort of reminds me of, you know how some of the crate boxes fold down and and you pick them up and you lock them together. It looks about like that.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I
And,
mean, if you had a 3D printer, you could print those too. I mean, you have
I don't know what kind of R factor they have for keep the bees keeping it warm, but they seem to like them.
Let me see. See, Bob, that's how you lose subs. I know. One comment about sex toys, you lose half your subscribers. Years of work to build up your channel, and you talk about sex toys for 30 seconds and they're gone.
Did you hear that flush sound?
That's the sound of your career going down the drain.
Let me see if I can get that one of those so you can look at them.
All right. The Spanky, hey guys, the link is pinned. So if you want to come chill out with us, come on in. We're just hanging out. I'm drinking some freedom juice.
Boy. Yeah,
in my refrigerator.
This is what they look like. They're locked together in the corners.
Now, are they insulated on the inside, or
it's just straight plastic, or plastic fiber? It's been well used. Some bees have been in it,
right?
But these things here, I think, are pretty cool. They have little locking, the ends locked together. So you got to use a hammer to get them together.
Are they like a prong, and then they go through the whole? I can't see them real good with my glasses. Let me make you bigger.
Yeah. Yeah, they're just sort of pronged, and they go through a hole all down through here.
Yeah, so it's kind of they pinch, and when you slide them through, they expand back out and lock in.
Correct.
That's
and
cool.
I don't know how old these are. He said that he got them from somebody a long time ago, and that was from the 70s. So these things have been around a while. And they're interesting, and the bees like them.
They like them pretty good, huh? Well, if they've been around since I'm sure they smell a lot like bees.
That's why the dark stuff is a propolis. They've had they propolized the walls in them.
People are saying,
the
what about
the last one?
Chinese knockoff plastic beehive. I'm trying to see if they they have something like that, believe it or not. Okay, no. This is on Etsy, but this is for the frame hooks, not the hive, but the hive that is on looks a lot like that. You see how they lock in right there?
Yeah.
But they're actually selling these hive brackets, which if you got 4 frames on the outside and they're full of honey, that's pretty heavy.
Well, those things are a little thicker than the ones I have. Looks like they might have like insulated feature to it.
And they're selling those for $25. Spanky, get the 3D printing some. You can sell them for $20 a piece. Sell a ton of them. So we need to get Spanky. Spanky, we got to get him out of his shell. That's what we got to do. If we can get him out of his shell. Look at this. I would buy that for $14. Spanky, you got to make them. Look at that. It's a spacer tool that's 3D printed.
It's 8 frame.
And then you flip it around, it's probably 9 frame or something on the other side too. Because it looks like, well, if that's, let me see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. That's 8. So this got to be like 7 on the other side.
What you looking at?
That's a 3D printed hive spacer tool, frame spacers. And we were looking at look at that. $12 for frame hangers. See, you're missing the money, Spanky. You need to put them on Etsy.
What the hell? The Spanky offs? What the hell?
Huh?
DC, what? Said something about Spanky offs.
The Spanky offs? Knockoffs. Knockoffs. And now we're going to call them the Spanky offs because we can knock everything off and Spanky can make money off of it.
So y'all were going up to Hive Life, or at least I know you are, Bob. I don't know if you are, Ed.
I'm not gonna make it this year.
All right, Spanky, show us what you got.
Are you going to take a look at that silent auction, Bob?
Am I going to look at it?
Yeah, are you going to bid on it?
I'd rather pay you direct.
Because I sent more up there than just that box. They only showed the box.
Well, I saw on the video you did that and you did the cathedral, right?
Well, that didn't go.
Oh, the cathedral didn't go?
Oh, hell no. That's my box.
What fun is that? What fun is that? Well, I saw you clicking something. What were you clicking? I got you on full screen. You're keeping us.
This.
Oh, your smoker?
Yeah, my smoker. I sent a Hive Life smoker. I sent a little extractor.
I did see those things.
I sent a little uncapping tank. All they showed was the box. And then my mom, everybody knows her as the Spring and Larry. She was nice enough to help make this nice basket of soap and honey.
I saw the basket. Wasn't you? But you kind of brought it in at the end of the video that Ricky did.
Yeah, that thing's got loads of goodies in it.
You said even you have a honey you hadn't even started putting out yet in there, right?
It's wet glaze. That's what I label it as.
Wet glaze?
Yep, it's the essence of the newest hot honey I'm working on.
You're like the mad scientist back there.
So if you want something hot, you put that on it.
And sparingly, probably, knowing yours.
Well, then you take it off.
Then you wipe it off after you cook with it?
Yeah, after you've put it on there for 15 minutes, you scrape it off.
Otherwise, it'd be too hot?
Well, you've already gotten enough heat by then.
Be burn up. Let me see.
This is my box.
Now, see, you could put bees in there legitly. If you put a package of bees in there, guaranteed they would live.
I don't know if I put a package in there. That's a lot of bees.
Well, some of them's going to die after a few days when you put them in there.
But a true cathedral is more of a hexagon shape. This is an octagon. And the reason why it's an octagon is because I have this hinge top. They make these big old hives, and then they have you take and lift the top off of them, which makes no sense to me. Why are you going to make a big old hive and then make me lift the top off of it? Oh, Galloway knows. I talked to Galloway last night while I was setting up the camera and everything.
Is that a stop sign, Nuke? He said.
He knows it ain't a stop sign. I told him yesterday.
You know what? That would be perfect to put in your truck to carry to shake if their swarm was in a tree, to shake bees into out of the tree. And then just close them up. Carry them home with the handle like a toolbox.
But yeah, I gotta finish a couple of frames, but
And you got drone frames. Let me see you pull out one of your drone frames. Since you got them so nicely labeled for us idiots that wouldn't know. So it's got drone size comb in it.
yeah, foundation.
Foundation.
See, like I said, you could put regular foundation in those. Okay.
Dude, that's like the next flow hive right there.
And that's my own top bar design for those. Where I can stick my foundation in and take it out.
You know, in the 70s, we had a pet rock. You could buy a pet rock. Now we could get the stop sign nuke. And you could make a ton, man.
It takes a lot of time and filament to make this.
I bet is filament expensive?
It's gone up a bit. I found some cheaper filament recently. But I've just been working on so much, and I've only got a couple of printers. So.
What would you have, the Prusa ones, or you got another brand?
No, I have a One How. I've had it since I think 2014 or 15, and I modified it. It's a workhorse.
That's your bigger one, your bigger printer.
No, it's my smaller printer.
What's your
But
big?
It works great. It's got excellent cooling. I printed that screw out on it. That screw. That's how great it is. The larger one is a cheap Tronxy kit that I modified. And it can print, I modified it, I think it can print about 4 foot tall.
Well, show us some features on that model you got there in your hand, that hive.
This is more like the traditional cathedral style. It's got that top bar angle, and every side's got it.
But you've got wax painted on yours, right?
Yeah. Now, they don't have this angled. A traditional one, it's just 3 pieces of wood, like a hexagon.
Yeah, but that's to hold it in your hive.
That's because of the way I designed mine. I saw a box that somebody had done, and they had just had their frames sitting on top, and there was nothing holding the frames in. And I was looking at it, and the frames would just get out of alignment, and I didn't understand that, because it's like, well, you have to line all these frames, and it's a long hive, and you have to sit the roof on top. I was like, I don't like that. But if you go and actually look at the guy that invented the cathedral hive, his system actually has sides that it actually has a slot-in system that holds the frame.
Right.
So it's not got that wonkiness to it that I had first seen.
So something like that, how much would you have to sell one of those for to actually make it worth your while?
I don't even know.
Really?
No, I don't know. I printed this so long ago.
Well, you still have the files, right?
Well, of course I do.
So do your math.
Nah.
Do your math. Hear me out. Do your math. Get back with me. We'll do a pre-sale just to see on how many people would be interested in buying that from you. And then you can make a decision whether or not you want to do it or not. We won't collect no money. We'll just see how many people would commit to buying one ahead of time. Help me help you, Spanky. Help me help you. You're too you're too nice about it. I bet you it does take a long time to print that, though, doesn't it?
Yep. And then this is my feeder.
Yeah. A feeder too.
I'm the designer. I can design it whatever I want for it. I want a feeder, I make it.
So is that like a slot, like a basket to keep them from drowning in there, a no drown type of feeder?
It's like your in-frame cap and ladder. You know, that's your ladder. You see the holes?
Spanky, why are you not selling that, brother?
Because of the amount of time.
Yeah, well, you got to price it accordingly. I mean, I
Nobody
understand.
would buy it.
You don't think? I bet you they would. Well, it depends how much you would have. I mean, honestly, it would depend how much it would cost, but I'd be interested in buying one.
And all the frames have the ventilation holes. So that's what those are.
Right.
Just like a true cathedral. And the box has ventilation on the sides, like a true cathedral. I'm going to try to show you if I can maneuver the box. See my vent holes?
Brother, that is super nice, man.
And so
if you had that handle was on the top where you could just pick it up and move it, that'd be an awesome. I would take that out to like shake swarms, like small swarms, because I always have to carry a 5-frame nuke box. That would work much better. Shake
Probably it'll be a lot lighter too.
Yeah, shake him in there, close him up, grab the handle, and carry him home.
And yeah, there's the front of it.
But you got the hydrometers on there too, right?
Do what?
You got the hydrometers on there or the moisture?
Yep.
So you can see the temperature in the colony and
Yep,
the
I got
moisture.
the front one and a center one.
And how many frames does that hold in total?
Trying to remember offhand. Let's see. I may have to pull up my drawing and look.
I didn't realize how big this beer can was. To give you an idea, you know how big a monster can is, right? That's a monster can. That's the beer can.
24 ounces.
Is that 24?
Okay. It holds 10 frames plus the feeder plus the inboard.
10 frames. See, that would be, well, the only drawback to that kind of colony is you can't like swap frames. I couldn't swap frames from another hive to that hive. And I couldn't take it.
That's the inboard right there.
The follower.
Yeah, the follower.
The that would be the, and it's expandable. Yep. I would have to see if you get one, then you'd have to start buying like 10, 20 of them because you'd have to like move the frames over from one to another. See, you'd have to buy like 10 more printers so you could have 10 of them going at one time.
But I got my rain on and on the front there,
So they don't get wet.
and it holds the frames.
So you could extend it out
So you can put your frames in there.
like a frame holder when
Yep,
you
frame rest as well.
Hey, if the Flow Hive, if they were selling the Flow Hive for $800, all you would have to do is like put a nozzle on the back that pokes the honey cells and drains out the back, and then there you go. That's $1,000 hive right there.
So I like it whenever my stuff has dual features like that.
That's like the Cadillac, bro. That's not even like.
And then your cathedral hives have windows. So this is a window. The other side's a vent that you can open up and look at your hive.
It's got observation. It's an observation hive.
Yep, observation window. The other side's a vent that they can vent.
Man, sitting on $1 million ideas right there. Of course, for me to have $1 million idea, I have to sell 1 million of the a million items. It's like $1 idea that I have to multiply 1 million times. So, man, see, you've got skills when it comes to. You're very cerebral. Cerebral? Is the beer taken? Yeah, that's right. Cerebral.
Man, you got 90-some people on here.
I know, and they're all. You know what, guys? If you're interested in that type of stuff, Spanky, put your link to your thing in the private chat, and I'll drop it for your Etsy store. You guys can go check out the soaps, and I'm going to drop my link on here. If you need any swarm lure or Apis Biologics, you can come there, www.beewares.co is my website. There's not a lot of bee stuff on there, but there's some. And then you can use the code STREAM and at checkout. And get a 10% discount. And now, if you're interested in, let me copy that link address, come back to comments. Your mom says, Spanky, show them the shooting thing. I like shooting. What's the shooting thing?
Oh, that's not my design.
But you made it.
That's another guy's design, and he don't want it commercialized.
Because he wants to make the money.
Yeah, literally.
Here's a thing that you could make a ton of money on. If you could figure out how to take a frame, a regular frame, and make a cut comb honey box. I've seen people doing it with the laser. I just don't know where I can find the design. But they're the little square boxes. They fit in like a medium frame. You could put 3 or 4 of them in there, and then you just put some beeswax in there so they can build comb inside the box, right? And then you just put the lids on both sides. I still don't have my new card.
You probably could do it somewhat like the some of the Apame hives have the plastic frames. And you put that foundation in the middle of it. If you have each side set up to cut comb size.
Well, you know how a hog half comb works, where they have all the plastics together. That's crossbow.
Yeah,
It looks
It's
like
not crossbow, it's a bow.
that thing's awesome.
It's a rapid fire bow.
What kind of arrows does that have?
The little ones.
The real arrows, though.
It's these little gold ones that you can get.
But I mean, they're legit ones. I mean, they're not like toys. You could take a squirrel out with that thing.
I guess, yeah.
Heck yeah, it's pointing in towards enemy.
He sells his files for making one for use with a real bow.
They're sharp.
Yeah, I picked up a program on it's on one of my hard drives. It's for a lower receiver for AR-15 back in 2015. I picked it up. You know,
Right.
whole trigger mechanism and a 30-round clip. You know, they were having fits about it, so I downloaded it and put it on an external hard drive. So, you know, it can't be tracked.
So you can disconnect that hard drive and it's gone for the moment. Let's see, trying to see. Looks like we've got 91 live viewers at the moment, and
Working on that. Working on a model of that Hubbard leaf hive, but I've not got much of that done. I've been sidetracked working on that long hive for that auction and stuff.
let me see.
So all I've got is just these few panels for that leaf hive.
Now, see, that would work for like doing cutcomb honey in. And how many of those could you fit in a frame?
I have no idea.
So if you had a frame and you had like, well, a lot of cutcomb is like 2x4 or 4x4 sections. So,
Well, when Gus was doing it, he was getting 3 4x4 sections out of a medium frame.
out of a medium, he's probably got that Pierce hot knife thing. That
Yeah,
they
he does.
press down.
And then of course you gotta always have your safety stick with you now.
Safety first.
You can't be safe without your safety stick.
Your safety stick.
Well, yeah.
Oh man,
You know, how you gonna be safe?
it's you gotta be safe. Safety first.
Yep, safety first.
I keep
If
getting.
it ain't first, hit it with them until it is first.
I get so much spam mail.
Because you share your email.
I share my email. It's true. But if I wouldn't have shared my email, I wouldn't have got this awesome package from my buddy Spanky today.
Well, that's your address, not your email.
Well, you had to get my address through my email. Right? Didn't you have my email before you called me? Or did you get my phone number from me giving it out on the stream?
I think I got your phone number.
See?
And
It all
then
works.
you got my custom frame holder for my little hives. You know, I like coming up with my own stuff.
You know, see, that's what amazed me about that box, because we literally talked about that thing for the bottler one time. And in my mind, I'm talking to you about it, and you're thinking, well, yeah, I think I understand what we need. And then next thing I'm getting the box, and it's got one in it. I'm like, what'd you do? I mean, hopefully you didn't lose no sleep, because I'm that way. If I'm thinking about something hard, I'll lay down. I won't even be able to sleep because I still have this stuff going through my mind, right? And I just have
I had to redraw what you see on your print. So I had to redraw everything that you see on your print.
So that's the everything on the print.
Yeah.
That's the
Because it's kind of like because I was talking with Galloway, and it's apparently
well,
that's
that's
kind of like
distracting enough talking to Frank.
Apparently, it's kind of like his vinyl cutting, where every layer is separate.
Right.
the printing the different colors on the printer is like his vinyl cutting. So I had to have the colors separated. So I had to draw
Every color different.
I had to redraw every layer of that.
See, with the laser, it's pretty simple. I just would take the item and trace the image, and it's going to outline everything, right? And it erases the initial picture. So I just have the outline, and that makes it much easier to do. So it's I haven't even began to really dive into the laser that much. I can do some simple stuff, but there's plenty more that can be done. Matter of fact, if you guys want to help me get something free, I'm trying to get something free, but it's a weird thing on the laser website. Oh, there it is. Hold on. It's a link. And let me copy my link. I've got 1 point. So if you go to this link and you register to try to win the free tool, I get a point for everybody that uses the link. And if you're in the top 15, then you win this free X-Tool safety set, right? A new thing they got out. And 31 points is like number 15. 120 is number 1. And I've got 1 point. So if all 96 of you hit that link, then my points will jump way up.
So
I get
what
one.
do I do?
I don't know. I'll probably ask you your email, and you'll probably get some spam stuff about lasers. But
Sign up to join a giveaway.
so it says if you get 2 points, you get $5 off on the website. If you get 5 points, you get $10 off and an SVG Christmas file. If you get 11 points, you get $30 off plus the file, plus material package, plus 20% off of the safety tool. And if you're top 15 on the leaderboard, you get a $30 off coupon and the free fire safety tool.
Well,
So that's what I want.
signed up.
Safety tool.
I signed up. Did you get a point?
Let me see. James said Bob is changing. It's 3/4 of a 24-ounce beer in changing. Yes, I have 2 points now.
Oh, there you go.
So now I have a $5 off coupon. Thank you, sir.
Check your email.
It says that you got, hi, you are on your way. I got 1 reward out of 8. Well, maybe the 82. That's why I went from 90 to 82. 8 people are out, switched off to go do that for me. James Knoll.
Yeah, check your email there.
Oh, the scanned attachments to the card. I like that. Me likey, sir. But you got James's information out of there, right?
Yeah.
You had to redraw that whole guy too, right?
Oh, yeah, I drew that.
I see it's a signature series piece that's got your signature at the bottom of it.
Yeah. Well, I didn't charge you.
It's 1-1. So, man, how far are you from me? I like
What?
mountains. You're in the mountains. I could go to the mountains all the time.
I'm in foothills.
Well, let me see. North Carolina to South Carolina. 2 hours and a half, bro. That's all you are from me. 158 miles.
Yeah, you get your syrup and you're even closer.
Charlotte. Yep. I do have to go to Charlotte and cut across that way.
But yeah, I got a whole box of stuff sitting over here, and I know you like having all your viewers.
No, man, go ahead. Show it. Let's go.
Well, you see, but I'm a man of the grift.
The grift.
And I know that the grift is. You've already stated the message of the grift, and that is in your personal members only streams. So we can save that box for that.
Okay.
And maybe you'll get some more people hopping in for that.
I'm a man of constant sorrow, and I was gonna break into that song, but I spared y'all. I spared y'all of it. I'm also picking up a little pastime at work. I've got a guy that I work with that is like a professional dart player, and I was like, okay, so at work in our warehouse we have a dartboard that's regulation. They've got it marked off 7 feet, and like every Friday we play darts. And I'm getting better, but it's not like I come home and play darts. But it's like I'm getting there. I did beat him 1 game last week, but he annihilated me today. So that's just random need to know information that you guys probably really need to know or want to know for that matter. Let me see.
But yeah,
Well, we're almost 2 hours and 30 minutes in, so.
I know, man. And of all these people, Spanky, you're the only one that went and clicked that link and helped the brother out.
did you see that short I put up?
Did I see that short?
I don't know.
I don't think I did see that short. Why didn't I see your short?
I don't know.
Let me see.
Because he's sitting down.
James, why are you taking piss pills?
Oh, he's got a heart issue, so he's probably taking a diuretic, which is making him have to piss.
Well, that sucks.
I've got a heart issue too, believe it or not. I've got a 50% blockage. Last time I went to the doctor, I had a 50% blockage, and
Hey, now James says he did and shared.
did you? Maybe it just didn't update it yet.
Talk about the heart blockage. My wife's got to go Monday. They're going to put a mobile monitor on her for about a month.
Oh, the Holter monitor?
Yeah.
Those things suck. I mean, at least they got them smaller now. They used to be like a satchel, and you're all wired up. You're still all wired up, but it's a little bit different now. Yes, I just gave you a thumbs up on it. But I didn't see it. When did you post that?
I posted it earlier.
It's got my cards in there.
Yeah.
Who's the other card? That looks like Ed on there. Oh, that's Santa Claus.
That's Santa Claus.
Thank you.
He's got glasses on and a red shirt and a gray beard. It does look like I have to share it now just because it looks like Ed. All right, hold on. Share screen. Add to stream. Tell me that doesn't look like you, Ed, in the Santa suit right there when he zooms in. With the Santa cap on. Vinyl Master is a program you have to use to separate the colors and get the picture ready for cutting in vinyl.
But yeah, I made a short to try to get some more people to get into that thought of possibly giving during the season of giving.
Hillbilly Hives Live.
Yep. Got Santa and his elves.
There's a beetle
Yeah.
trap
Yeah, there's a beetle trap.
and cats.
Yeah, I told Cayman about what I put in there, and he didn't read it off. He let it scroll past.
Pollen sub.
No,
What you got in there?
all that's in that is I was using just normal vegetable oil, but I got some old sunflower oil that's went bad, and
Right.
with the price of vegetable oil, I'm just going to use that sunflower oil. So that's what's in the holes where the beetles go in. And then
And
in the bait chamber, it's just apple cider vinegar. And look at that.
bunch of
I
beetles
want you to look at that. The larvae crawled up the frame into it.
to get into the sunflower oil.
To get into it. The larvae crawled up the frame
To get into it. That's awesome.
get into it.
Wait a minute. Why am I not getting your notifications? That's what I
I
want.
don't know.
It very clearly says subscribed right there. It's probably the one notification I have up here. Nope. I watch a lot of reaction videos too, so that was last year.
But yeah, that's all I put in. That's all I put in those traps.
I'm gonna sunflower oil.
But see, I had great results just using normal vegetable oil.
We're back to 99 watching.
I read a random comment on YouTube, so who knows if it's true or not. And I can't remember who it was that wrote it, but somebody made the claim that vegetable oil can go bad, and whenever it goes bad out in that weather, and it starts smelling, it draws the hive beetles to it.
Bob, that bud will catch beetles like that
Here's-
too.
You know, I use a trap like that for the beetles, and all I caught was a bunch of ants.
Bunch
Well,
of ants.
what are you sticking in it?
I had vegetable oil in it.
What did you put in the bait chamber?
I didn't have anything in the bait chamber, just the vegetable oil.
In the bait chamber, I put apple cider vinegar,
Okay.
and it seems to work pretty good. I mean, you saw there that was from a hive. That was from a hive that collapsed. There was no bees in there to move that larvae into that trap. So that larvae moved themselves up the frame into it. It wasn't
Huh.
bees. It wasn't bees moving those larvae. They moved themselves.
I've got
Because-
That's interesting.
6 points.
Because there's the debate of, well, is the bait drawing them, or is the bees just smart enough to corral them?
Hey, Brian,
Yeah, it's true too.
go to this site, Brian, and register so I can win this free stuff from my laser guy, the laser company. I've got 6 points. 31 is number 15. Wow, now we went from 99 to 73 viewers like that. Brian came on, we went from 99 to 73. See there?
Bail.
It is 1:11 a.m., guys. 2.5 hours in. And 4/5 of a Budweiser. But the
Probably lucky you ain't got the mead bottle sitting down there. Eh?
what's that? The mead bottle? It's in the other room.
Yeah.
Don't you tempt me. Don't you put that on me, Ricky Bobby. I love that movie. That is one of my favorite movies. My wife's like, "You're watching that again?" Yes. If you're not,
Have a day, good night.
I love that movie. What's your favorite movie ever? one that if it was on, it wouldn't matter anything else that's on. You would just watch it regardless.
Well, believe it or not, probably Back to the Future.
Yeah, that too. I would that one, Forrest Gump, all the time. Oh brother, where art thou? All the time. Like if I was going through and I found it, I would just stop that. It would just stay right there. It wouldn't matter. Talladega Nights, frame holder. I've got one of those. Frame holder. I've got one of those. You sent me one of those with the Hive you sent me.
It's just a fun design.
Little bee nunchucks. Braveheart, Waterworld. Waterworld.
Yeah.
That would have been a good movie when it came out, Frank. You're like following. You're like moving down the list, bro. The cool list. You're like dropping down. Waterworld.
That's sort of like Mad Max too, as far as that goes.
Braveheart. Which one?
Mad Max.
Mad Max. Yep. The whole series, really. Road Warrior, Mad Max. Then it was Mad Max Beyond the Thunderdome, right?
Well, why aren't these people getting on here? Get on here, Galloway. Get on here, Brian. Get on here, James.
It's down.
Galloway likes waiting to the last minute to get on shows.
I don't know.
Hey, get on here now.
Whoever paid for our subs, man, it just dropped off dramatically. It went from 99 to 47. So
That's because you quit talking about crypto.
we could, yeah. When we had 100 subs on here watching, 100 people watching. Mad Max, just stupid props. Hey, you got to think of the time it came out, though. When Mad Max came out, it was like, you know, cutting edge, right? Study proved
I have a
that's
flair for B-rated flicks. You know, the B-rated flicks. You know,
right.
they got an interesting storyline, but they're cheesy the way they play it.
Right.
Yeah, I sort of like some of those shows too.
Like the only movie I ever walked out on, and I was a teenager and I was on a date, and so it's like must have been bad if I got up from being sitting next to a pretty girl and then leaving and getting out of the dark to go wherever. But with Spaceballs, I thought that was the stupidest movie ever.
Robin Hood Men in Tights.
Robin Hood Men in Tights was the my wife loves that one. It's a Kung Fu. What the heck is the name of it? Gosh, it's like a parody movie like that, but it's Kung Fu something, and or Shaolin Soccer, is that what it's called, or something like that? Have you ever seen that movie?
I haven't seen that one.
I think it's called Shaolin Soccer, and it's like a crazy parody that let me see. Yep, it's from 2001, and basically it's a bunch of sorry soccer players, but they start using like kung fu to do soccer, and it's a stupid parody movie, but it's funny, at least to her. I could take it either way. Let me see. Mad Max, yes, just stupid props. Night of the Walking Dead. That's I'm not into the zombie thing at all. I have not watched a single episode of The Walking Dead either, for that matter. Everyone's like, "Oh, you got to watch The Walking Dead." It just doesn't interest me. Not to say it's not good. It just doesn't interest me. Now, I've watched Dexter as far as TV shows like multiple times. Breaking Bad multiple times. House. Get in here, guys. Spanky needs rescuing. Spanky's like, hurry up. Somebody come in here so I can dip out.
Even that's all, folks.
Yep. I say it, boy. That's my best foghorn leghorn ever. Let me see.
Well, I say, boy. Well, I say, boy.
Now, supposedly that Varroa is close to scale on the size that it would be if a bee was the size of a human, Bob.
Vampires. My wife she likes the vampire and zombie thing too. Vampire, she watched all the True Blood episodes, all of the Vampire Diaries stuff, all that stuff. That's her.
Yeah, Blade.
Blade.
Yeah, Blade. Yeah.
Blade I was down with. In war movies, I'm a war movie buff. If it's historical war movie, I'm in it. I just got back from
Another one I like was Rise of the Lycans.
Yeah, yeah, but you're watching just for Kate Beckinsale. Don't get it twisted. The Sharon, you don't have to go. We're drinking here too. Just pop you another one open. The original black and white. Okay, I gotta look that one up then. The original Night of the Walking Dead. I have to check that one out. I used to like the sci-fi monster type of stuff back in the days. Now, Spanky, you won't remember this, but at one time, our television used to turn off at midnight. They used to play the Star Spangled Banner at midnight, and the channels were off.
Before greed kicked in and they started playing the paid programming.
And then they did the on like Friday and Saturday night. I don't remember if it was Friday or Saturday, but we had something called the Creature Feature. This was in the 70s. So they would always show like old monster movies on one of our 3 channels, right, before cable.
I remember Night Owl Theater.
Night Owl Theater. It was probably about the same thing, right, where they would take an old movie, and I thought it was cool. I was like breaking the law when I took the little black and white television and, the little, what is it? They weren't 19-inch. 19-inch would have been bigger. It was like a 12-inch.
10-inch screen.
It's just a little screen, and watch Doctor Who would come on, like the original Doctor Who. And we'd watch like Godzilla and King Kong and all that stuff. Silent movies with your grandma. Yeah, I mean, it was the only thing, I don't mind watching Westerns, but it was like force-fed to me when I was a kid. What's on now? Gunsmoke, right? And that's why I laugh when I see Grayson talking about, I'm going to watch Gunsmoke with my granddad. I'm like, if you only knew. It's like Bonanza. But, like Andy Griffith, I've watched every single episode of the Andy Griffith Show. And I've watched that recently. They're all on streaming TV now. You can watch all those.
Yeah, I remember only 3 channels on regular stations, and then one UHF was PBS. That was it.
You remember in the 70s, like you had a choice, right? They always competed against each other for what was on. So like you could watch like The Love Boat or like Battlestar Galactica or like the Dukes of Hazzard, right? They were like all, I'm like, damn, what are we going to watch? And this was, I was 8 years old, 9 years old. It's like, man, what am I going to watch? Dukes of Hazzard or Battlestar Galactica? It was like a decision, but Battlestar Galactica won that one, actually. I was the sci-fi guy. And then
I remember being the antenna for the TV.
Oh yeah, I've done that too. Go up there and move the antenna.
Right.
Oh, stop right
Oh,
there.
it's good.
You
You
like?
let go, and it's, oh, no, put your hand back on.
Yep, and putting tinfoil on the antenna. See, look what you missed out on, Spanky. We had so much fun as kids.
I made antennas. I don't know what you're talking about.
You made antennas, just coat hanger.
No, I took and made the pattern out of the wire and the little adapter.
And the remote. Yep. Hey, get it. Oh, yeah, but it wasn't push button. You had to go click, 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 click. I remember the first one that had a digital. It was still a turn, but it had a digital channel number up there. It's like you turn it, and okay, that's number 3 now. And then when I was a kid and got my first video game, I got the Atari 2600. And you couldn't watch TV and play the video game at the same time because we only had one TV. So it's like Dad would be like, "Hey, you got to get off the thing now."
Yep.
But Dad, I'm winning. He did let me go one time. Activision, when it first started, they had their video games, the cartridges that went in the Atari. They had a club, right? So once you maxed out the score, it would like go to all zeros, and you'd have to take a picture of the screen and send it to them. And if you sent it to them, they would send you back a patch, and you were like, cool or something. I don't know. But anyway, I played this game they had a game called Laser Blast, and I played it for, I think my dad said, well, you can have the TV for like an hour, right, to play the video game. And I was on it for 8 hours because I wasn't dying. I just stayed, and I ended up maxing the whole game out and getting in the little Laser Blast club.
The TVs back then were furniture. They weren't.
Oh, yeah.
They weren't just,
Hey, we had the TV that had the record player over top of it and had the 2 speakers on the side, and it was like a large piece of furniture, right? That, of course, your mom or grandma would have like flower vases and knickknacks and tchotchkes all over it. And I was a little kid, man, and I hit my head on that thing and like left a dent in my head and was bleeding. It was pretty.
It probably was a Heilig Meyer TV too.
Yeah. Oh, and my granddad would always buy Curtis Mathis televisions. They're not even in business anymore, but we used his antenna a long time. Yeah. The antennas, my dad living in West Virginia, they had an antenna way up on the mountain, and the wire ran all the way down the mountain. So if the TV wouldn't come in, they like wrestling. If they were watching wrestling on Saturday night or something, and it wouldn't come in, kids would have to run up the hill to turn the antenna, then run all the way back down the hill to see how it was doing, then run all the way back up the hill, or someone would have to stand at the back door, turn it a little bit more, and yell at each other.
You see how many likes you got?
Probably 70.
Yeah.
Was it 76 or something?
That's a lot of likes.
Well, we had 100 people in here at one time, a couple hours ago, probably now. But I was trying to, I'm trying to find this club. Laser Blast Atari. Yeah, this is it says it had screenshots. There we go, screenshot. So you guys think you had these games. Look at this. This was a game that I maxed out the score on. And this is a screenshot of said game. That's how intense the graphics were, Spanky.
I've played Pong before.
And these guys would try to blow you up, right? So you would have to shoot them down. And At any rate, I ended up maxing it out. I was trying to find out what the club was called. And let's see. Laser Blast. Activision had. Let me see if I just search club. There it is. There's the patch. Right there. I got the Commander patch. Federation of Laser Blasters, baby. That's what we got back in the day. Hardware. Laser Blast. Score 100,000 or more points on Game 3. It will admit you to the Activision Federation of Blasters. So they had Freeway, which was basically Frogger, except with a chicken trying to cross the road. Yeah, so that was see, there's the camera. Take a picture with your camera and send it in. Verify your score. Oh my God, I'm feeling old.
Yeah, I remember Vic Commodore was the first game I ever played with.
Looks like
Vic 20?
Yeah.
Activision, a new breed of game cartridge for your Atari video computer system. Battle endless attackers, fight their force fields, and dodge their radar tracking.
But you didn't get that many points, so to get 100,000 points on there took quite a while.
Laser Blast by Activision.
I wonder how much that game would sell for now if you had that original game. Look at it. 5 years old, 157,000 points. Really? I don't believe that. I locked the score. I mean, I locked it up where once you hit 1 million points, it actually like froze the screen because it wouldn't go any higher. And it left like a code on there, and you have to take a picture of the code. 2.5 hours. There you go. Oh, no. Click here to play Laser Blast. What? Wait a minute. Did we just hack the internet right now?
It's deeper.
How do I do this? Now you can play Laser Blast 1. I recommend Game 4 for the best challenge. Arrow keys to move, spacebar to shoot. How do we start? Oh no. What is going on right now? Are you serious? How do I do it?
Oh, isn't that your Atari system down there with the cartridge in it?
Yeah, but how do I turn it on?
Well, I don't know. How do you turn your Atari on? It's been a while.
Export on. Expert ain't going on.
There you go.
Black and white, color, game select 2, 3, 4. Well, no, we'll do 1. Oh, I'm playing. Oh, come on, hit him. You got me, but you crash into him so you can take him out.
Well, the turtle got you.
Oh, hell, I got it now. My 70s kid is back.
What a rabbit hole.
Oh, my God.
Oh, I'm going to become the next game streamer.
Hey, I bet you get 1 million views playing a retro. Oh, he got me.
Next, he's going to be doing Battletoads.
Battletoads?
Yeah, Galaga.
Oh, I just got an extra man. Are you serious right now? Hold on. We can make it big.
Look at them turtles shooting at you.
Oh, what? They,
I didn't know you hated the turtles that much, Bob.
turtle.
You just pilot a drone and attack them.
But they're alien turtles.
They're in the basic species.
Yeah, Peter might have something to say about this.
Hey, I got another spaceship, but this is much easier than the original. I'm crushing. Of course, I've got 50 years of gaming experience now.
Just wait for all the private streams. Members only.
I'll probably get copyright now for playing a video game.
Members only, baby, to a million.
Members only stream. See, only members get stuff like this. Retro game. All right, I'm just gonna blow up.
That turtle, he didn't like his buddy. And that one couldn't bear the guilt of what he witnessed.
I'm just gonna go ahead and blow up. So I actually got an extra guy by dying because I crashed into him and got points.
Look at him committing suicide. They're
You know
like
how long it would
birds.
take to get 1,000,000 points playing this game? All that time was only 6,300 points. Hey, but I will share that if you guys are 70s retros. I'm not. Let me copy this. I'll paste it in the game. Here you go. If you like 70s retro Activision games, there you go. You could play it right there. Back to home. What other games do they have? Do they have other games? I bet you they do. If I just take off Laser Blast and go to neocities.org. Whoops. Let's see. Featured sites. Oh. You can play Crystalis. I've never played it. Yeah. Let me stop the share on this. Spanky's going to sleep on us right there.
Yes.
I know, I was thinking somebody ought to make a
We went
video.
from 47 down to 12 that quick playing laser.
Yes.
Well, that gives us a reason to go to bed. But
Go to bed.
yeah, it's 1:35 in the morning.
You've only been live for 3 hours.
That's it. What else games do they have? What the hell? Hold on.
They're talking about Back to the Future.
That was a cop, some kind of Giphy pet or something. I don't know the site. NeoCities.
They gonna gift you right where it hurts. And giffy pets.
Oh, Vice. That's like a gaming. Nope, that can't be on there. All right. Well, anyway, guys, that's about all I got to say about that. But yeah, just
Flashback to Forrest Gump.
I appreciate you guys coming to hang out with me on a
Yeah.
boring Friday night. And hey, Spanky, I missed a call from you
Yeah, I know you did.
at 8:05. That's right when Lee was going live, and I had the bottling machine going. And it's 49 degrees here right now. And I gotta plug my phone in. But yeah, I am going to a Christmas party tomorrow evening. It starts at 6. It's a Christmas dinner, so I don't know that it's going to be a long thing or anything, but might be live tomorrow. We'll see. See what happens. But at any rate, I just got some notification. I'm going to head off to bed and Hopefully the wife don't kill me, but it wouldn't surprise me. I'm in position 54 with my 7 points. Yeah. When are the giveaways? 12/15, 2 weeks. Yeah. Not good. Oh well. We'll figure it out. But anyway, guys, you fellers have a good evening, and we'll see you guys on the next stream. Appreciate you. Let me end the broadcast, and you don't have to jump off quite yet. Let me end the broadcast. And